Welcome to the Carmelite Quotes Podcast, where we share Carmelite wisdom to encourage and inspire. Thank you for joining us as we introduce our annual novena dedicated to Saint Teresa of Avila. Over the next 9 days, we'll be reflecting on 3 of the central themes of her teaching: truth, humility, and love, and how these virtues can transform our spiritual lives. St. Teresa teaches that humility is foundational to spiritual growth. In fact, she defines humility as walking in truth. We'll learn during this novena how walking in truth is the way to union with God. Each day, we'll explore her insights through readings from her works paired with scripture that invite us deeper into the heart of our relationship with God. Every day brings a unique theme that touches on these vital aspects of the spiritual journey. Now, let's briefly explore each of these daily themes in our novena, giving you a taste of what's to come. We begin on day 1 by reflecting on how Teresa experienced God's supreme truth in prayer. It's an invitation for us to consider how divine truth shapes every part of our lives. On day 2, we'll dive into the importance of humility, understanding that spiritual growth doesn't come from our own efforts, but from God's grace. Day 3 invites us to think about what it means to love God truthfully. Teresa teaches that we need to reject whatever displeases Him, so we're called to examine our lives and align our hearts with God's will. On day 4, we focus on humility as the cornerstone of spiritual progress. Teresa teaches us to trust in the graces God gives us, even when they seem small. By day 5, we'll be reflecting on a powerful mystical vision where Teresa reveals that God alone is the source of truth. We're invited to place our full trust in God, especially in a world filled with distractions. Day 6 challenges us to examine how we love our neighbor. Teresa calls us to love with sincerity, our hearts rooted in truth, just as Christ commands. On day 7, we'll reflect on the connection between knowing and loving God. Teresa reminds us that true love for God begins with knowing Him deeply and growing in relationship with Him. Day 8 brings us to the idea that suffering is a path to truth. Teresa teaches that embracing our trials brings us closer to Christ's and unites us with His love. Finally, on day 9, we close the novena by reflecting on how humility is the path to walking in truth. Teresa calls us to practice humility daily and to trust fully in God's providence. As you can see, each day of the novena offers profound reflections to help guide us on our spiritual journey. We encourage you to visit our website to dive deeper into the readings and reflections for each day. Just visit carmelitequotes.blog. So let's close with our final thoughts. We invite you to join us in prayer each day as we journey through these powerful reflections. Visit our website at carmelitequotes.blog to read more from St. Teresa and to access each day's readings and reflections in full. This novena will be a time of surrender, a chance to listen for God's voice, and an opportunity to open our hearts to God's truth. Please like this podcast on your favorite platform and share this episode with your family, friends, and followers on social media, and invite them to join us on this journey of prayer and intercession. If you'd like to read more from St. Teresa, we're using the English translation by Father Kyron Kavanaugh and Father Otilio Rodriguez that's published by ICS Publications in Washington, D.C. We want to extend a special thank you to Sean Beeson for providing the music for this podcast. And as we reflect on St. Teresa's teachings, let's remember that humility and truth are the keys to spiritual growth. By walking in humility, we embrace the truth of who we are before God, who He is in our lives, and we allow Him to guide us on the way of perfection. Join us each day, and blessings from Carmel.